Hello, welcome to your lesson number 11 of your fully online VegRx class. My name is Ana Pereira, as you may know me already, and today we're going to be talking about physical activity. Let's just dive in to see what we're going to be covering today. So we see in our table of content that today we're going to be defining what physical activity is. We're also going to describe the benefits of physical activity and its relationship to overall wellness. Then we're also going to talk about what calories are and some advices for weight management. And finally, we're going to learn how to overcome common barriers we face to do physical activity in our daily life. So let's just go ahead and begin. So throughout this course, we've been talking a lot about nutrition and how to have a healthy, balanced diet. In addition to other things like the local food system, racism in the food system, nutrition labels, but everything has turned around nutrition and like what we eat. However, if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, we must include physical activity. Physical activity simply means the movement of the body that uses energy, and here we can see that there are many activities. We see karate, we see weightlifting, bicycle, basketball, and yoga. Um, and physical activity may have more benefits than what you think. So some of this is that we have increased levels of energy as well as we can have greater strength, flexibility, and balance. It's gonna well, it's gonna help us with weight management, control for blood sugar level. It can prevent injuries. It's also stress relief, and it helps to prevent heart disease and type 2 diabetes that is tied to that control of our blood sugar levels. So before we go on, I want to point you to page 62 um, of your workbook. Here, they're going to talk about physical activity and they are going to define what calories are. So, a calorie is a unit of energy and scientifically is defined as the amount of energy of heat it takes to raise a temperature of 1 gram of water about 1 degree Celsius. And this is how we measure energy in our food. So, the number of calories in our food is measured on its energy content. A gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories, a gram of protein has 4 calories, and a gram of fat has 9 calories. So that's why we say that fats are more energy dense. So food is a compilation of these three building blocks, and they give us energy to survive. So we need this energy to breathe, move, pump blood, and in terms of using energy we consume, we can burn extra calories through our physical activity. It is estimated that a range from 1600 to 2400 calories per day are burned for an adult woman and between 2000 to 3000 calories per day for an adult man. Within each age and sex category, the low end of the range is for sedentary individuals and the high end of range is for the active individuals. That is why, in general, the recommendations are based on a 2000 calories per day diet. And see on here on the right, you can see a little bit about weight management and weight maintenance. It is based, so the basic of this concept is that we want to consume the same amount of calories that we are using for our routine activities. So we see that if the balance is shifted to the left, where we're taking more calories than what we're giving out, we're going to start gaining weight. While if our calorie output is greater than our calorie intake, we're going to reduce our weight, we're going to lose weight. So physical activity will increase the amount of calories we consume and can help us maintain our weight or lose some of it if we manage to consume less calories than what we spend. Any sort of physical activity is good. on your workbook, you're going to find a nice table that shows you an approximate calorie expenditure depending on the activity performed. So, to enjoy some of the health benefits that physical activity brings to your life that we were talking before, we should be doing moderate or vigorous activities. It's recommended that children up to the age of 17 do 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activities per day to obtain most of the health benefits. For kids, this is going to help them grow and spend much of the energy that they consume. On the other hand, for adults, we would need to do between 150 to 300 minutes per week, which would average between 20 to 40 minutes per day of moderate to vigorous activities, and adults should also include muscle strengthening activities twice per week. So here we have a small list for the moderate physical activity. We have walking at a minimum speed of 3.5 miles per hour, bicycling at less than, if it's less than 10 miles per hour, gardening, dancing, golf, water aerobics, or tennis if you're playing doubles. On the other hand, we have vigorous activities where we have running or jogging at least 5 miles per hour, walking fast at 4.5 miles per hour, bicycling if you're going um, faster than 10 miles per hour, heavy yard work, swimming, aerobics, and tennis single. So the general recommendation of the physical activity guidelines for Americans is to move more and sit less. Even if we don't have during the day, especially on weekdays, take a short 5 to 10 minutes break for a little walk and stretching. Something that we like to do on our usual VegRx class is at this point we would pause the lesson and invite everyone to stand up and do some stretching. If you can, if you have the time right now, pause it, stand up and do maybe a little YMCA like the dance here in front of your computer. These type of activities is what really makes a difference if you're not feeling like exercising any of the other activities that we set, or if you're trying to make a change, start small. These small changes of maybe working standing for at least 10 minutes every 2 to 3 hours is what is really going to make a difference, and you're definitely going to start feeling it in your muscles. So now let's talk a little bit about what are the common barriers for physical activity. A common one would be time. If we don't have enough time, I know that life could be a little bit crowded from time to time. There's also a component of affordability. If you can't afford going to a gym or a pool, but there are always options, and we're going to list a couple of them. Often we also feel too tired or don't feel like going to do exercise because you don't like to do exercise. And finally, we can definitely talk about some physical limitations that it's always not up to us to do physical activity, but we may have some impaired because of injuries or accidents, which is also fine. So, how can we overcome these barriers? Um, some people may like structures like going to a gym or classes to stay motivated. Some people like to use exercise as their alone time. That is a, completely true for me. Some people like to make it a social event, and some people like to sneak in whenever they have time. So, for example, during their lunch break or commuting if you go on your bicycle. So, some ideas to overcoming these barriers: if you don't have enough time or feel like you don't have enough time, you don't need to set aside a full hour to your exercise as your exercise time. Rather, you can add it in little bits into your daily life. So get off the bus one stop early and walk all the way to the grocery store. Park far away at the grocery store if you have a car. Walk outside while talking on the phone. Lift a few hand weights while watching TV, or take the stairs instead of the elevator every once in a while. If you can't afford going to a gym, there are also many ways to be active that are free. Walk through your neighborhood or at a park, use soup cans or water bottles as weight. Find your favorite type of workout on YouTube and take a free class in your living room. YouTube has plenty of classes, as well as there are many apps today. I like to use one that it's called Nike Training Club that they've made their premium for free. And if you don't want to pay, which I'm not a big fan of, I've always used their free tier, which is amazing. If you're too tired and don't really feel like it, sometimes having a buddy can keep you motivated. You're less likely to cancel because you have that social commitment. Know that while you might feel tired now, regular exercise will give you more energy in your daily life. And think about what else motivates you when you don't feel like doing something. If you don't really like exercising, you can take out that idea of like what the activity you're doing is exercise. There are so many different ways to exercise that almost everyone can find something that they enjoy. Maybe going to the gym or going for a walk isn't your thing, and that's fine. But you may enjoy walking around the mall with a friend, and if you don't like fast paced workouts, you can try yoga or stretching. If it is a case that you have some physical limitations, you can try simple exercises like chair yoga or chair exercises. And swimming can always be great for those with joint issues and may actually help you recuperate faster as your body um, is having the stimulus of doing some extra work. Make physical activity part of your family routine. If you have kids, you can find creative ways to get moving together that doesn't have to cost too much money. You can also plan outdoor activities like swimming, hiking, sledding, or biking, and make a game out of the household chores. So put up that music and dance around, turn the TV commercials into fitness breaks. So those were plenty of ways that you can start doing some physical activities. Now, let's talk about how you can begin today to have an active lifestyle. Physical activity has an immense number of health benefits, and thankfully, your body is very good at adapting to our goals. If you're not very active right now, we invite you to try. And here is something that I wanted to bring up from our orientation sessions, which are SMART goals. So we've put together with the nutrition education team a SMART goal to start doing exercise today. So the goal would be to increase my physical activity to 200 minutes per week in 8 weeks. To do this, I will start by doing a short series of exercise every day and try different activities to find the one that motivates me the most, increasing by 2 to 5 minutes every week until the goal is reached. So you can see that this goal is very specific, is measurable because we're saying that we want to do 200 minutes per week. It's attainable because it's not something that it's going to happen overnight. I'm giving me a space of 8 weeks to attain this. And then we see that it's broken down, and I actually broken down even more. Um, so we say that to achieve this goal, you may start by trying different exercise for a short amount of time. So let's say that Monday I'll do yoga, Tuesday I'll do some Pilates on YouTube, Wednesday I'm gonna go for a walk or for a short jog. Um, and then you can see which exercise is actually gonna be the best fit for you. Um, so you can also try Zumba, which is super fun, and do not try to make big sudden changes. Instead, start building your physical endurance slowly. Your body will be grateful for it, and you'll be amazed how quickly it will adapt to everything that you're doing. Once you find an activity that you enjoy and feels good, increase the time slowly until you reach your goal. So I think that's everything that we have for today. I hope you've enjoyed this class. Um, I really enjoy doing some exercise. I think I take it more than my me time. It's time to be with my friends also. If I feel like going out on a run with someone, and it's something that really ties you up with the people that you love, and it also makes you feel a lot better. So I hope that you've joined it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.